I was working on it, okay? We're doing it. We're here now. Don't think I don't see your comments yelling at me, calling me out in my own comment section. Stylander, I see you. Heat up your boiler. I'll shove that boiler up your ass. Hello everyone. Cole Hatter here with Sunless Skies. For real this time. Finally getting to it. I didn't have enough time, like, when it first came out. Jesus Christ, what day is it now? Like a week ago? 2 weeks ago? 2 weeks ago? I just checked the time, it was 2 weeks ago. I only had, like, hour, like, things I could record in, like, an hour. And I didn't want to do that. I want to dedicate, like, good, like, 2 or 3 hours, maybe 4 hours to this. Because it's a big fucking deal for me. So, let's get right into it. I haven't played it since the, Legacy campaign, Merciful campaign. If you die, you can reload or continue with a new captain. If you die, you can only continue with a new captain. You know what? We're hardcore, and the point of this game is to die over and over again and restart, which is coincidentally ties into why I haven't played it since the early access build, because, you know, you keep having to restart over and over with each new build, and the nature of this and Sunless Sea is just repetitive with how it is, with constantly dying and having to start over, so I didn't want to just, okay, here's the beginning again, oh, and here's the beginning again, oh, and another 2 episodes, oh, it's the beginning again, so let's start from the beginning again. Just until we have to again. Legacy campaign. Aiming assistance, only a few player weapons arc towards the target. Enemy project, oh shit, there's, woof, they let you really tamper with the difficulty here. Tamper with the difficulty. This is supposed to be difficult. Only a few player weapons arc towards the target. That if it's none? Okay. Gentle, many player weapons arc gently towards targets, making aiming easier. Oh! Okay, so this is basically your level of auto-aiming. Many player weapons arc aggressively towards the targets, making aiming easier. Okay. Only a few, I guess there are dedicated weapons that have auto-aim on them. Enemy projectile speed. Enemy projectiles move at a difficult speed. Measured. Enemy projectiles are somewhat slower, making it easier to avoid them. Stately. Enemy projectiles are significantly slower. Move at default speed. Can I make it faster? Can I, like, up the difficulty on this? To ridiculous difficulty? To ludicrous difficulty? Supply consumption standard. Fuel and supplies are consumed at a default rate. Thrifty. Fuel and supplies last longer, making it a little easier to survive and prosper. Fuel and supplies last much longer. If you're finding it hard to survive or earn money, this should help. Well, you know what? Let's just go in standard down the line. And you know what? Maybe we won't die. Maybe it'll be fine. Confirm. It'll be great. We'll be fine. We'll be fine. We're not gonna be fine. We're gonna fucking die. Luminaries first arrived in the heavens through the avid horizon. Look for it in Albion. Who are you in the dark? The achievement progress? The avid horizon. That's that cold place in Sunless Sea. Malak. Like Malak? Malak? That's the cold, like, gate area in Sunless Sea that we've only sort of been to sometimes. Hello? Log of Her Majesty's locomotive, the Orphean, March 14th. Oh shit. Our expedition to the domains of the dead has been eventful. The Orphean is damaged and in grievous need of repairs and supplies. We are returning in haste to the Reach, where I hope to make port at New Winchester. May God be with us, for 1,000 deaths await in the sky. Final entry of Captain Amelia Charity Whitlock. Written shortly before her death. Well, I guess that didn't work out. Huh. Okay. Okay. So we've got the WASD. Oh, we got cruise control. This will be great. Blue can't... Oh, let's go backwards. What awaits us back here? Dock R. Alright. Oh, okay. Blue Kingdom Transit Relay. This is the transit relay to and from the Blue Kingdom, a distant region of heaven still ruled by a sun. A sun? The sun? No, the sun... Big deal in the Paul and London universe. Few travel here. It is unwelcoming and uncanny. Thanks to the lack of traffic, many London officials consider this a cushy post. Those stationed here are in good favor with the department. Recall your ancient arrival through the relay and the frantic flight that preceded it. Remain in the reach. You turn your engine around. You have business here yet. Is this like our, create yourself? Unlock when the Orphean is looking for supplies and spare parts on your journey. I guess this is like the build your character part for it. Let's do it. A narrow escape. The Orphean recently... Oh, no, this is the background. The Orphean recently arrived through the relay in a state of distress, having had to flee the Blue Kingdom. Whatever it was the captain did there, it incensed the local authorities. They pursued you to the relay and tried to close it while you were mid-passage. You barely made it out. What's more, the attempt to close the relay has damaged it. No travel will be possible in either direction until it is repaired. Okay, so let's repair. This is the transit relay to and from... Oh, okay. Oh, okay, so that was just telling us, remain in the reach. Turn your engine around, you have business here yet. Staying put. You put the edifice behind you and head back towards the knotted, overgrown tangles of the reach. Occasionally, stars peek through the gaps in the celestial undergrowth. Onwards! Oh. I guess we're fucking going, then. Is that the relay? Alright. We off, boys. Oh. You have little food. Oh. You have returned to the reach, an untamed, sunless span of the heavens. London's new frontier, a celestial garden run wild. Dodging left, right, alright. If I recall from... Shit. If I recall from the early access, that uses a lot of fuel. Or it heats up the ship. Your journey back from the Blue Kingdom was tumultuous. Your locomotive is damaged, and Captain Whitlock badly wounded. Oh shit, well, the thing said she died, so... Bit of a spoiler alert. She's probably gonna die. As first officer, the crew look to you. The nearest station is New Winchester. Can you get the Orphean there safely? I'm working on it. Another thing I recall from the early access is that I was bad at these controls. Ooh. Hello. You can scavenge. Much to the relief of your stokers, you find a barrel of fuel among the debris. Detritus. I thought it was debris. A wreck drifts here, less fortunate even than you. We should scavenge her for parts, the crewmen suggest. Alright, oh shit. So it is. It's giving us a tutorial, which is more than fucking Sunless Sea ever gave us. The wreck hangs in the sky, pocked with recent gunfire. You and the boarding party don your sky suits, garments of waxed canvas lined with felt to protect against the cold of the sky. Two of the crew are whispering as they dress. What business did Captain Whitlock have in the Blue Kingdom anyway? Why the devil did we trespass on the districts of the dead? You silence him, now is not the time. Leap across to the wreck. The gap between the two engines isn't wide, but the endless fathoms of heaven gape beneath it. Alright. Lead the way. You jump, your stomach lurches with vertigo as the stars blaze above you and below. The air of the heavens is thin and torn by unpredictable winds. Then your boots hit the running board of the Ozymandias, and your leather-gloved hands fumble for a hold. One of your companions throws you a line, and you lash the two engines together. Only then do the rest of the boarding party follow you. One of them forces open an exterior hatch, and you clamber inside. Her interior is cold, unlit, and whistles with the wind. Your party's lamps spread buttery light over the narrow, paneled passageways. You make your way towards the hold, stepping over bodies crumbled in the corridor. Unfortunately, your way is blocked. A bulkhead has been mangled inward by a well-aimed barrage. Okay, clear the obstructions. Why this will test your iron skill. Iron is the skill of confronting and overcoming. Placate the link of light. Lead your party on a more precarious path. Go back out into the Ozymandias' hull. Climb past the blockade and enter through the window on the far side. So we only have two options. I don't know what our what our stats are at the moment. Are they just blank, or is this gonna decide our stats? Clear the obstruction away. Success! A memory. As you strain against the stubborn steel, you remember an event from a year ago. A boiler explosion had trapped an engineer under a tangle of plating and pipework. The captain was first on the scene, you were second. Together you managed to pry the wreckage upward enough for you to crawl beneath it while the captain braced the bar across her back. By all means, take your time, she grunted as you dragged the engineer out. Back in the present, the twisted bulkhead yields. Your companions clear the exposed rubble away. The way is clear. Alright. So this is making somewhat of a backstory for us. You have reached the Ozymandias' hold, a ruin of smashed cargo and spilled supplies. Hopefully somewhere amidst the detritus, you can find parts to repair the Orphean and restock your stores. Conduct a thorough search. Your companions work quickly. The Ozymandias' hull has begun to creak. Your actions on board may have compromised its integrity. Oops! Oops! Time to make some decisions! Oh, I guess not. You find enough food and gear to restock your supplies, and enough spare parts to make necessary repairs to the Orphean. The food will need to be thoroughly thawed, of course, but you've eaten worse in the skies. Oh ho! Cries one of your party, prying the lid off a long crate. It holds a cannon, still nestled in straw. Another crewman pulls a battered birdcage from a pile of ruined cargo. Within the cage, something winged and furred opens a sullen eye. You examine your find. Oh. 4 supplies. 15 hull. Okay. Is that our hull? Oh no, that's our terror. Okay. It's a little different. This is our hull. Makes sense. Health. Our fuel, our supplies, our hold, and our crew, and the date is the 18th of March, 1905. Okay, continue. Oh, okay. The Ozymandias admits a long, juttered creak. Your boarding party exchange nervous glances. From the echoes of its hold, you have retrieved repairs and supplies and discovered some useful equipment. A gun that could be mounted on your locomotive and an educated bat. Mount the Jerusalem cannon on the Orphean. Oh. Her own weapons were damaged during your flight from the Blue Kingdom. That leaves you vulnerable. Liberate the defended bat and employ it as a scout. The heavens are wide, so locomotives use scouts, like bats, to locate things of interest, ports, resources, wrecks like this one to scavenge. It is too dangerous to stay. You can claim both this and the cannon. You can claim both this and the bat. Oh, okay, so it doesn't matter. As much as I would like to say we will take Jerusalem, I feel like this will have lasting repercussions. So let's decide to take the bat, even though we're taking both. Alright, the bat treats its rescue as an inconvenience. Hell. And immediately begins haggling over pay. You offer to put it back in its damn cage and leave it on the Ozymandias. At which point it becomes more polite. You doubt it will last. Okay. Oh, okay, we can do both. Let's do it! Let us take Jerusalem! Hello? Oh. Take Jerusalem! There we go. Fire and Fury. The Cotterell and Hathersage Jerusalem fires single shells to a good range, more or less accurately. You order 2 of your party to get it back to your vessel and fit it immediately. The Ozymandias groans again. The structure shudders spasmodically. You now have 1 Cotterell and Hathersage Jerusalem. We have taken Jerusalem! Okay. Press on to the engine room. Ooh. You might find more fuel here, but you had better hurry. You will abandon anything you have not yet claimed from the hold. Wait, okay. If I go... I like that there's a body in there. If I go here, will I lose the bat and the... We're right at the beginning, so would it really matter if we died here? But it's not risking of dying, it's risking of going on without these 2 little shits. Abandon anything you have not yet claimed from the hold. Oh, okay, wait, is it... I'm just gonna go. Press onto the engine room. The wreck of the Ozymandias stretches as its metal buckles and tears. You press on through the shuddering corridors, searching frantically for the engine room. Okay. I figured it was telling me that I was going to abandon the stuff I would find in the engine room. So, let's do it. Send a smaller party ahead to retrieve fuel. It is foolish for all of you to go. Send your quickest and lightest to retrieve the fuel while the rest of you return to the Orpheum. Go yourself and conduct a hasty search. Send the rest of the boarding party back to the Orpheum. Go on alone. Ooh. Oh, damn, that's right. I could have checked these. So it's a 50-50 for both things. If I send the crew, they'll die if something happens. If I go myself, then I will be able to see what happens. So let's go myself. Failed! Fuck! Okay, I didn't die, though. The engine room is gray with spilled ash and littered with corpses. Little has survived the Ozymandias' ruin. You search fruitlessly for coal, but linger too long as the wreck is racked with final violent tremors. You race back to the Orpheum. With a dying groan, the Ozymandias splits in two, sending shards of splintered plating spinning into the sky. Several of them bite into the Orpheum, mauling its hull. Stoking your engineers, you steam away from the collapsing wreck. You are restocked at least and rearmed. Fuck. So we basically got 5 hull back. Onwards. You know, it was worth it. No. We're not going there. Alright. Let's go. We've got a bat. I don't know how to send the bat out. Send out your scout cross supplies. Oh. Alright. Go that way. I mean, we're going this way. By all means, fucking go that way. Your scout returns. What has it found? Oh, your scout has delivered something. To see what it is, open your chart. The compass icon in the toolbar. Okay. Database. Chart. Tab. Okay. Tab is the map. Where are we now? Here we are. This is a port. Okay, a station. This is the relay. Woo! Look at that circle. Okay. Something grave. Something ghastly. Something that glisters. Something to crave. Platform, wonder, horror. God damn it. We're gonna love this shit. Eleutheria. The Blue Kingdom. That's where we just came from. Albion. And the Reach. Alright. I think we're in the Reach. Your scout has discovered something. Okay. That's what we discovered. Primary fire. Oh no! Summoned by Captain Whitlock. Oh dear. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined with a hodgepodge of curios from across the sky. Captain Whitlock lies in bed. Black marks cover her skin like a monstrous brand. When she coughs, coils of acrid smoke pour out her lungs. That's the correspondence. And inquire after the captain's injuries. The locomotive's doctor attends her. His lips are tight. Approach the bedside. Captain opens her eyes as you draw near. She attempts to smile. I will talk to her directly. She's the captain after all. Her mouth is blistered from the blue fires that dance on her tongue. Her hand grips your arm. Her skin is hot as a kettle. Made arrangements. The Orpheum will be yours. Her voice is just a rasp of burnt meat breath. But promise, she breaks off to scream a word in a language that has not made for human mouths. When she resumes speaking English, she is weaker, her request a little more than a gasp. Promise me one last service. Promise. Make no promise. Tell her to rest. She will need her strength. There's a hospital in New Winchester. They can help her. Pull away. What if her condition is contagious? Demand to know why she took the Orpheum to the Blue Kingdom. It was a folly to visit one of the lands of the dead. Now you're all paying the price. You know what? It's too late for all of that shit. Promise her you will obey her last command. It's... whatever it is, you'll see it's done. It's my job, after all. I am the first captain. Or first mate. First officer. She sinks back relieved. All in my will, she gasps. Be a better... She breaks off as the sigils burn into her bones flare, glowing cherry red through her flesh and skin. Better captain than I. The effort exhausts her. She sinks back into the scorched pillows and a twisting, frantic fever. The walls of the captain's cabin are lined... Oh, okay, take my leave. Alright. Other business. You leave the cabin and scorched stink of air behind and return to the bridge. New Winchester is further than you'd like, and the captain hasn't long left. Alright, we're about to... Oh. Whew, alright. Primary fire. Are you friend or foe? Your lights are red, so I assume... Okay. Come on. Shit. Yes! Woo! We did it! Our first kill! Let's loot it. Hell fucking yeah! Strip for repairs, raid the remains. You approach the buckled wreckage, poised to plunder the plunderers. Plunderers! Behind you, someone is humming a song of victory. Raid the remains. The marauders pillage homesteads and hunt travelers all across the reach. They often carry stolen valuables. The marauders okay. Scavenge the marauders' plating and components to repair the damaged Orphean. You know, let's get some shit. Let's get some shit! Oh! 35 sovereigns. Your boarding party returns with wallets and watches, cufflinks, lockets, and keepsakes. You store them in the safe to be pawned off if you make it back to port. Onwards. Alrighty, let's do this. Alright, so that is, right? Yeah, I was right. This is the heat. The heating thing. When we fire, I hope that doesn't hit anything important. Okay, no, it's got a maximum range. It heats up. Woo! Wispy condensation trails across the sky, the ghost of passing trains. New Winchester! A new port. The crew are eager to see what it has to offer. It's not new. We've been here before. The Garden of Heaven. Oh, alright. Woo! That's a lot of noise. There's a lot of noise going on in here. A lot of, like, ambience. You coast into the bustle, the din, the soot, and steam of Wolvesey Station. Wolvesey Station. Like Wolfstack Docks? It's clogged with other engines, scrappy mining locomotives from Lustrum Way, weathered explorers gleaming with frost, sleek company vessels with bright brass fittings. No sooner have you pulled into the sidings than a brusque station master bustles over. He requests to come aboard. I must speak with your captain, he insists, brandishing a ledger. The usual formalities. Look to the Orphean's doctor. He has just appeared at your shoulder, his face sullen, his hat is in his hands. He lowers his eyes. Well, you're talking to her. The passing. The crew exchange bleak, wordless looks. The Orphean itself feels suddenly more empty. The station master looks confused. You inform him that, unfortunately, the Captain Whitlock has just passed. Ah, he says neutrally. Sorry to hear that. Very sad, very sad. He waits for what he considers an appropriate minute and half before continuing. Oh, a minute and a half before continuing. Alas, even amidst tragedy, the cogs of bureaucracy must turn. If Captain Whitlock is deceased, the station authority requires their answers from the first officer. He dons a set of spectacles and locates his pen. It will be relatively painless. Name, background, purpose of visit, etc. Shall we begin? Alright, this is the character creator. Okay. Shit. Okay. Create your captain. Today, London lies between the stars. Her new empire unfolds across the heavens. But 10 years ago, before the Northern Gate was open, before the renewed Empress led her people into the skies, it lay in a vast cavern far beneath the earth. Deep, dark, marvelous. Who were you then? Oh, so we did go through the Avid Horizon. Maybe we're not our character from Sunless Sea, although we could be. I couldn't make us. But we don't know how their story inevitably ends, so we're gonna have to just fucking make a new poor bastard to fuck with. Ugh. Alright. Street urchin. No parents, no laws, no masters, but also no roof over your head, no money, and often no dinner. Freedom comes at a price. You'll begin with a high veils, a skill of evading and deceiving. I don't want to accidentally click anything, so I want to make sure. Alright. I know exactly where all the buttons are. A soldier. Yours was not to reason why, yours was but to do and die. That is badass. You'll begin a high iron skill of confronting and overcoming. A poet. The pen, the ink, the blank, monstrous page. You'll begin with high hearts, the skill of convincing and enduring. An academic. A student of the sciences, the arts of philosophy. You'll begin with high mirrors, the skill of investigating and deducing. I think those are the big four in this game. Oh, okay. So we have two options for each high stat. A priest, hymns and hymnals, Sundays and sermons. That's for hearts. A sailor, you roved the mournful, merciless waters of the undersea. That's for iron. A ministry auditor, for a time you served at the Ministry of Public Decency, which has become Her Majesty's preferred instrument. A revolutionary, the world is broken, one way for the rich, another for the poor. You decide to do something about it. Poet, academic. I see many battles in our future. So I will be a sailor. You are a Z captain. You remember bats winging across the still black sea. The distant lights of London calling you home. Salty prayers offered to heedless gods. It was a hard life and often a short one. But you made your mark. Often a short... well, I mean, that makes sense. But, for my character, a short one? You smuggled. Her Majesty's Navy had a great many opinions on what should and shouldn't be sold in her territories. Your own opinions were rather different. Increase your veils, the skill of deceiving and evading. Affiliates you with villainy. Alas. You explored. Yours were far and lonely journeys. You endured nameless hardships. You rallied your crew in the face of utmost uncertainty. The skill of convince... That's hearts. With academy? You bought and you sold. You are a merchant. A precarious life, lived on the knife edge between fortune and ruin. You mirrors a skill of investigating and deducing, and affiliates you with Bohemia. I'm gonna go with hearts. There we go. Choose an ambition. What does winning mean to you? Wealth. You want to be comfortable. You want a comfortable retirement, and by comfortable you mean extravagant. Can relate. You have made their fortune. Many have made their fortunes among the stars. Many more have failed, broken, and lost drifting night. In the drifting night. Will you be different? To win, gather a substantial retirement fund, acquire lodgings at a hub port, and retire. Fame. You will immortalize your exploits in the song of the sky. For centuries, people have launched themselves into the unknown in hope of making a name for themselves. You're sure it will succeed. After all, you never heard of anyone who didn't. I like that logic. Gather stories of your exploits and write about them in New Winchester. The truth. Even the stars have secrets, but they won't keep them from you. A message from an old friend begins an unwise request to learn a secret that the stars hide. What drives you? Curiosity, justice, insolence, whatever it is, it will be tested. Be warned, this is a demanding ambition, best played by a lineage that has already completed wealth or fame. Do we want to do it? Do we want to go hard? Do we want to search for our father's bones again? Fuck yeah, we do. We're searching for the truth. We seek the truth.